spring, bringing with it excitement and emotion that can be found in no other sporting event. The NCAA tournament. The wait is finally over, the brackets are ready, and the drama of March Madness is about to begin. Hello everyone, I'm Greg Gumbel. This is the NCAA Championship Basketball Selection Show, brought to you by State Farm, the #1 auto insurer. Joining me at the anchor desk, as always, my partner, Clark Kellogg. We're all set to show you the seeding and pairings, so get out your bracket sheet, get those pencils ready. Here are the basics. Of the 65 available tournament bids, 31 are automatically given to conference champions. The tournament committee hands out the remaining 34 bids on an at-large basis. An opening round game will take place on Tuesday night to narrow the field to 64 teams. But before we unveil the brackets for this season, here's a look at the final top 25 media poll of the season. The media rankings are what everyone's been following for the last 4 months. But in just a minute, the selection committee's opinion is going to be the only one that matters. We've seen them break away from the national rankings in the past, and it won't be long before we find out if the committee's done it again. Now let's take a look at the NCAA tournament bubble and see which teams are sitting at home with their fingers crossed, hoping to see their name in the brackets. There are a lot of worthy candidates among these 10 teams. Clark, which of these bubble teams stands out to you right now?
The Texas El Paso Miners. They would seal their invitation with a better regular season finish. But the fact is they play in a very tough conference, and that does weigh heavily in their favor.
You're right about that, and there are plenty of teams in the same boat with them.
The Gonzaga Bulldogs. And take comfort in the fact that there have been so many great showings by non-power conference schools in the tournament in the past few years. The committee has really warmed up to those conferences.
I'm sure it's been a long week for those teams, but the wait's almost over. The NCAA Selection Committee has finished its meeting, and we're ready to unveil the top 4 seeds in this year's tournament. The Kansas Jayhawks are the top overall seed, and they will play in the Washington, D.C. Regional. They begin the tournament as the dominant team in college basketball. They've been ranked #1 in the media poll for the past 16 weeks. We'll soon find out if they can live up to their billing. On to the second #1 seed, who will play in the Houston Regional. The Boston College Eagles are seeking their first ever NCAA championship. The North Carolina Tar Heels are our third #1 seed, and they'll play in the Detroit Regional. They're back in the tournament again, and no doubt they'll be feeding off the experience of last year's appearance as they try to get to the Final Four this year. And finally, our fourth #1 seed will play in the Atlanta Regional. The UCLA Bruins are in the tournament field as a #1 seed for the 3rd time in the history of their program. Now, here's how the brackets shape up based on where the #1 seeds have been assigned.
UCLA still got a 1 seed and played close to home despite losing in their conference tournament. That'll probably benefit them.
In the other semifinal game, the winner of the Detroit Regional will play the winner of the Atlanta Regional. Those games will be played on Saturday, April 1st. Then it'll be on to the national championship game on Monday night, April the 3rd. Anything shocking to you about those picks?
Not really. We talked all week about these 4 teams being the solid #1 seed, and I think the selection committee got it right. There isn't a whole lot of controversy with these picks.
So, with the #1 seeds out of the way, it's finally time to tackle the rest of the brackets. First up, we take a look at the Washington, D.C. region. The Kansas Jayhawks are the top seed, finishing at 30-1 in the Big 12. They will take on the winner of the opening round play-in game between the Tennessee State Tigers with 13 wins and the Spartans from the
Of South Carolina upstate.
And now the #8 seed, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, come into the tournament as the 4th-place team in their conference during the regular season and were losers in their first game at their conference tournament. They're going to play the #9 seed, the Iowa Hawkeyes, who were 3rd in their conference, finishing at 19-11. The Tennessee Volunteers enter the field as the #4 seed from the SEC. This marks their 22nd appearance in the NCAA tournament in the history of their school. They'll be getting ready to face the #13 seed, the Valparaiso Crusaders. Finished the season with 17 wins. They're the tournament champion from the Horizon League. The Alabama Birmingham Blazers come in as the #5 seed, finishing at 25-5. And they will take on the 12th seed, the Idaho State Bengals, from the Ivy League, with 17 wins. Next up is the #2 seed, the California Golden Bears, are the conference tournament and regular season champions from the Mountain West Conference. They'll be going up against the #15 seed, the Northern Colorado Bears, with 15 wins in the NCAA tournament in school history. Our #7 seed is from the Pac-10, the The Stanford Cardinals were rewarded for their outstanding play this season with an at-large bid and a ticket to the Big Dance. They are going to play the number 10 seed, the Charlotte 49ers, who were semifinalists in their conference tournament, finishing at 23-9. The North Carolina State Wolfpack are in as the number 3 seed. They'll be taking on the number 14 seed, the Santa Clara Broncos, with 14 wins. The Oklahoma State Cowboys are in as the number 6 seed. They'll be taking on the number 11 seed, the Fresno State Bulldogs, with 19 wins. I think this could wind up being the bracket that brings us this year's Cinderella story. Next up, we'll take a look at the Houston Regional. The Boston College Eagles are the top seed, finishing at 25-5. In the ACC, they'll take on the Black Knights of Army, the number 16 ranked team.
Their first appearance ever.
The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame are in as the number 8 seed. They'll be taking on the number 9 seed, the Oklahoma Sooners, with 20 wins. The Texas Longhorns come in as the number 4 seed, finishing at 22-9. They'll take on the 13th seed with 21 wins. The Utah Utes enter the field as the number 5 seed from the Pac-10. This marks their 28th appearance ever in the NCAA tournament. They'll be getting ready to face the number 12 seed, the Loyola Marymount Lions. Finished the season with 19 wins. They're the regular season and tournament champions from the Big South. Our number 2 seed is from the SEC. The Florida Gators had a tremendous year that included a regular season championship. They're going to play the 15 seed, Mississippi Valley State's Delta Devils, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 19-15. Next up is the number 7 seed. The Seton Hall Pirates have established themselves as one of the best teams from the Big East. They'll be going up against the number 10 seed, the Virginia Tech Hokies, with 24 wins. This will be their 11th appearance all-time in the NCAA tournament. The Virginia Cavaliers are in as the number 3 seed. They'll be taking on the number 14 seed, the Western Carolina Catamounts, with 16 wins. And now the number 6 seed, the Indiana Hoosiers, come into the tournament after finishing second in their conference during the regular season and finished second in their conference tournament. They are going to play the number 11 seed, the Bowling Green Falcons, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 25-6. There are going to be some incredible matchups in the later rounds of this bracket. If the top seeds can avoid the early upsets, we can look forward to some real heavyweight battles. On to our 3rd bracket of the day. Let's take a look at the Detroit Regional. The North Carolina Tar Heels are the top seed, finishing at 25-6. They finished second in the ACC. They'll take on the Titans of Cal State Fullerton, the number 16 ranked team. This is their 3rd appearance in the NCAA tournament. Our number 8 seed is from the Colonial Athletic Association. The Drexel Dragons are on a hot streak, having just won their conference tournament championship. They're going to play the number 9 seed, the Texas El Paso Miners, who were second in their conference, finishing at 19-9. The USC Trojans enter the field as the number 4 seed from the Pac-10. This will be their 20th appearance in the NCAA tournament in school history. They'll be getting ready to face the number 13 seed, the Monmouth Hawks. Finished the season with 21 wins. They're the tournament champions from the A-10 conference. The Louisiana Lafayette Ragin' Cajun are in as the number 5 seed. They'll be taking on the number 12 seed, the Florida State Seminoles, with 16 wins. The West Virginia Mountaineers are in as the number 2 seed. They'll be taking on the number 15 seed, the Aggies of North Carolina A&T, with 15 wins. Next up is the number 7 seed. The Marquette Golden Eagles have established themselves as one of the best teams from the Big East. They'll be going up against the number 10 seed, the Oregon Ducks, with 20 wins. This will be their 14th appearance in the NCAA tournament in 2000. And now the number 3 seed, the Washington Huskies, come into the tournament after finishing second in their conference during the regular season and were semifinalists in their conference tournament. They are going to play the number 14 seed, the Montana State Bobcats, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 16-15. The Providence Friars come in as the number 6 seed, finishing at 21-10. And they take on the 11th seed, the Auburn Tigers, from the SEC. With 18 on the surface, I'd have to say this regional might be the most difficult of the 4. Certainly the depth of quality teams here is very impressive. impressive. Whoever emerges from this bracket will have been through some battles. And finally, let's have a look at the Atlanta region. The UCLA Bruins are the top seed, finishing at 26 and 6. In the Pac-10, they'll take on the St. Francis Red Flash, the number 16 ranked team. This will be their second appearance in the NCAA tournament in school history. Next up is the number 8 seed, the Alabama Crimson Tide, have established themselves as one of the best teams from the SEC. They'll be going up against the number 9 seed, the Utah State Aggies. With 20 wins, they return once more to the very familiar surroundings of the NCAA tournament. The Xavier Musketeers are in as the number 4 seed. They'll be taking on the number 13 seed, the Texas San Antonio Roadrunners, with 19 wins. The Georgetown Hoyas come in as the number 5 seed, finishing at 23 and 9. And they will take on the 12th seed, the Trojans of Arkansas Little Rock, from the Sun Belt Conference, with 20 wins. The Clemson Tigers enter the field as the number 2 seed from the ACC. This marks their 16th appearance ever in the NCAA tournament. They'll be getting ready to face the number 15 seed, the Canisius Golden Griffins. Finished the season with 16 wins. They're the tournament champions from the Metro Atlantic Conference. And now the number 7 seed, the Illinois Fighting Illini, come into the tournament first in their conference during the regular season and were semifinalists in their conference tournament. They are going to play the number 10 seed, the Michigan State Spartans, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 23 and 10. The Louisville Cardinals are in as the number 3 seed. They'll be taking on the number 14 seed, the South Florida Bulls, with 18 wins. Our number 6 seed is from the ACC. The Pittsburgh Panthers were rewarded for their outstanding play this season with an at-large bid and a ticket to the Big Dance. They are going to play the number 11 seed, the Yale Bulldogs, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 20 and 11. What a tremendous regional final we have in this bracket. If the number 1 and 2 seeds here make it through the first 3 rounds unscathed, that could be one of the games of the tournament. Clark, give us your take on the tournament's top 16 seeds.
There are no real off-the-wall picks that jump out at me. These 16 teams are all pretty deserving. Let's give the committee some props this year. The Louisville Cardinals are the most dangerous 3 seed in the tournament, in my opinion. They're a team that can be a very tough matchup for whomever they play.
Now, let's bring the conference picture into focus. The ACC gets 17. The Big East with 7. 6 out of the Pac-10. The Big 12 gets 5 teams. The SEC with 5. 4 out of the Big 10.
It was really a terrific year for the teams in the WAC. They topped the non-power conferences with the number of bids they got, and it shows you how far this conference has come. They're becoming dominant at that level.
Too bad we didn't see more small. Here's the list of the teams that were on the bubble heading into Selection Sunday. So, partner, which of those invitees should be sending the selection committee a thank you card?
The Oklahoma Sooners got rewarded for having the toughest schedule of any of the bubble teams. Strength of schedule was always going to be a tiebreaker for the bubble teams, and it definitely swung the committee in their favor.
While they start prepping for their first round game, 5 teams on the other side of the page will be full-time students again. All right, Clark, now that we know all the teams and matchups, time to get the tournament underway and let the madness take over.